things to get off my chest.
This should be a good one. I'll even let you to just...
What's good, people? It's your boys.
Yes.
We're back again. Unscripted Xtra.
You already know.
Again, we appreciate all the support as always. So make sure you guys continue supporting by liking, sharing, commenting, all of that stuff. But again, we have another one for you. And this one is something that it means a lot to me.
Yeah.
Because I'm not the biggest fans of these guys, but I have used their services and their platform, and they've always been, you know, involved in, you know, some. There's always been some kind of discord, whether between the customers or consumers, or even the community, or even the brands, which is just mad. So
the brands too. The
brands as well.
Oh, okay.
The brands as well. Like,
yeah.
let me even see, because. Anyway, like even recently, well, we're talking about StockX, as you probably know from the title anyway. But Nike even sued them. Nike sued them first, but a couple months ago, because they were selling NFTs, obviously, of products of Nike shoes or stuff like that. So Nike sued them, and then even in recent times as well, Nike claimed that they were selling that they bought fakes from StockX as well. And it's mad because StockX is meant to be a site where they authenticate everything. So your whole business, it's not that StockX are even selling the shoes. StockX are a third party or middleman kind of thing. So your own whole job is to make sure that the products that's going from the seller to the buyer is real and authentic. Yeah. Once that goes out of the way, once you've lost that credibility, your business collapses. So it was a massive thing that Nike did, coming out to come and say that. But I'm rambling on for too long. Let's get into this video. The real business behind StockX, the Joe Budden podcast. I know this one's going to be funny, man. Cause
I can tell.
Let's get into it.
What do y'all think about Nike versus StockX? Nike is saying that StockX is producing fake sneakers because they hating.
They're not producing them.
It's a resale.
It's a StockX. It's a resale market.
Yeah,
it's a resale market. My take is very
Well,
simple.
are they selling fake sneakers?
They may be selling them unbeknownst to them, though. They have somebody. What happens is they're supposed to be going through this authentication process where they have an expert inspect it.
Okay.
To determine if this is an authentic product or a knockoff, whatever. And there's been sneakers that have passed authentication that Nike got their hands on and say, hey, these is fakes. But y'all okaying them as authentic. My man, one of my young boys, he a hustler, he get to it. Got his hands in a whole bunch of shit. This is what he told me. I don't know if you want to cut it out. He said Nike made a deal with the warehouses. And so you can't stop the warehouses from really bootlegging your shit because the warehouses are over in other countries. So let's say Nike licenses them to make 1 million pairs of sneakers. What stops them from making 1.2? Nothing. They already on a conveyor belt. They already on an assembly line. Nobody can stop them from making 1.2, 1.3 million pairs of sneakers. So they are technically authentic sneakers made on the same press that Nike is putting them out on or making them on, but they may not be getting stamped by Nike because it was the excess of their 1.2, 1.3 mil. But I heard Nike made the deal behind closed doors to do so to lower the prices down. That's what I heard.
Well, that makes a lot of sense.
What you're saying does happen, yeah? So imagine, again, let's say Nike says, all right, cool, let's make 1,000, just for example, 1 million pairs of Air Force Ones, The factory, obviously, is a factory that does it more time in Asia. The factory will make that 1,000 pairs. Again, there's going to be leftover materials. Obviously, the mold is going to be there. So a lot of times, the factories now use this to go and manufacture other pairs, which sometimes you might hear them called as unauthorized pairs because they're not authorized by Nike, or like B grades and all this kind of stuff. So my thing is, and this is why I say, listen, an authentic pair, for me, it has to be within that range. Nike said, let's make 1 million pairs of Air Force Ones. Those are the authentic pairs. anything else that the factory made, I don't care if it was the same factory that made that same pair. If it wasn't authorized by Nike, it is not authentic. If it doesn't have the stamp of approval, it's not authentic. If I was a king back in the day and I wanted to sign the letter, I'll put my stamp on it. I'll press the stamp. It doesn't matter. Anybody else, that it can, my son, as the prince can come and say, listen, I'm writing this letter. Listen, as long as it doesn't have my stamp of approval, it's not from me. So you can't call anything else, regardless of whether it was from a factory that produces the same thing as what Nike ordered or whatever. If it's not got the stamp of approval from Nike, it's not authentic. There you go. That's it. That's it. But again, if you want to wear fakes, you can wear fakes. That's your own business. That's your own business. I actually don't have any problem with people wearing fakes. Do what you want to do, but don't twist it to make it as if it's authentic. Don't blur the lines. There's no blurring it. In all honesty,
what if it looks exactly the same?
Again, if it looks exact, a lot of these times they look.
They look I know it's getting harder, much harder to.
And the thing
decipher.
is, sometimes the quality of these unauthorized pairs or fake pairs are better than the real one. It's better than the retail pairs, and it's even cheaper. That's what I'm saying. So again, it's thing. Do by all means do what you want to do. But again, there's only one authentic pair. Exactly, we won't blur the lines for watches. We won't blur the lines for cars. We won't even blur the lines for perfumes.
Exactly.
So
it's true. No,
should we blur it for this one?
Exactly.
If somebody made a car from and said that this is a Mercedes whatever and it wasn't made by Mercedes or it wasn't authorized by Mercedes, but would you say that it's thing?
It's true. Nah, you got a very good point. It makes sense.
That's it, man. But anyway, let me hear what he said his young boy or young G was telling.
Friend who I can't authenticate in any way, shape, or form. But
but that's what he told me. Like they said that a lot of the bootleg market, it be bootleg, but the sneakers really come from the same exact factories, same assembly line, same conveyor belt, same everything.
I know a lot of people that buy from StockX. I've never, so I mean, I can't speak to it.
Right.
But Ice, you were saying that you think you're on the side of who in this?
I'm on the side of the consumer. And basically, if Nike releasing, any of these sneaker companies releasing product with such a small supply, you're going to create a resale market in doing so.
A demand.
If the demand is up here, exactly. You're doing this on purpose. If demand is up here.
But they're doing it on purpose to drive people to their shit.
But
not somewhere else.
Look, Joe, if I only make 10 pair, the demand is going to be high as hell.
Sure.
I sold my Nike, sold my 10 pair. But niggas still want it. Sure. You can't buy any more from Nike. I only made 10.
Now the bootleggers is like wolves.
Not even a bootlegger.
The
resale market. Sure. I bought a PlayStation 5, prime example. You still can't walk in the store and buy a PS5. It came out over a year and a half ago. But the resale market is eating with PS5s. Sure. If you want one, you're going to pay at least $300 over sticker today to get one.
But even with what Ice is saying, the demand, once the demand is there, the resellers are going to sell them.
Yeah.
But, nigga, it opens up the door for the bootleggers, too.
And the bootleggers.
Because you have a demand for something. When the Salehi Crocs dropped, everybody wanted some.
Fam, that Croc went from it was $85.
Ice came in here and said he tried to buy some for his girl. It was
on
$400.
StockX, it was $450, I believe.
He did.
And StockX is people, it's not just bootleg. It's, hey, I was lucky enough to get a pair, but I don't want it. This is a flip.
Yeah. I saw him in the store.
I bought this. You could only get them through raffle, those particular Crocs. But I bought this with the sole intention of selling it. Because if I pay $85 for it and I can sell it for $450.
Ta-da.
There's a quick one on that as well. What do you think about reselling? A lot of people frown on this. I personally...
So there's two things. There's two things. As somebody that has dabbled in the dark arts, I still dabbles in the dark arts.
It's Sith Lord, isn't it? Sith Lord, right? Yeah.
Listen, sometimes the dark side is the way. But for me, there's two places. For me, I got into reselling at a time where it was like, okay, it was more of a thing of, okay, it will help you afford the shoe. So fundamentally, I'm into trainers, into this stuff. I do this thing. I collect as well. But to afford my collection, I'll do this on the side as well. So I had appreciation for the thing that the product really. Now my problem with reselling and a lot of resellers now is that there's no even appreciation of the product. You're a culture vulture. You're a culture vulture. You're just trying to make money from something that you don't even care about, or there's no passion. There's nothing towards. Like there's nothing towards it, kind of thing. So you're gonna be a little bit unethical. So the prices, the way you maneuver, is not gonna be as ethical as somebody that still has appreciation for the culture. Now, in terms of just reselling as a whole, a lot of people frown upon it, but really, I feel like the only people that frown upon it 100% like that are people that are just well off. You must be rich, or you just have access to everything. Yeah. Okay. Because why would you not? Why would you not?
I see some people, normal people. Yeah, go on, Karen.
Because the thing is, the people that frown upon it, you just must be in a comfortable position. Because if I've got an opportunity, let's say I wanna, even just talking about my own collection, let's say, at any point, let's say I wanted to do sort out my house or whatever, or go put a deposit down on a house or whatever. You'd best know that I'm going to sell some of that collection. So if you're in a position where you don't need to sell your collection, you don't need to do anything like that, then you must be well off. You must be financially stable. You must be making peas. But then even when you talk about reselling as well, the reason why you can't is a necessary, if you want to call it evil, I don't think it's evil, but it's just a necessary thing, and it's something that's got to be there. In any market where there's a bit of demand and supply, it's got to happen. Whether it's watches, but we don't frown upon it when it comes down to watches, which is weird. I find it funny. Or even classic cars, we don't frown upon it. It's a good thing. Exactly. All of these kind of stuff, we don't frown upon it. But with trainers, we frown upon it, which is, again, very interesting. Now, again, reselling is sometimes it gives people opportunities to get things that otherwise they wouldn't have had access to. There's some shoes that, that only drop in, let's say, the States that I can't get here. How am I going to be able to get it if it wasn't for a reseller?
Yeah.
So again, it is a necessary thing, and it is something that is going to be there. But again, my problem is with people that are culture vultures, people coming into the thing, you don't have no appreciation for the culture, for the history, you don't know anything about it, and then now you just want to come and jump on everything because you see that there's P, and then after, when they say the market crashes, you jump onto the next thing. Get out of the industry. We don't want you here.
If there is an opportunity in another industry where you don't know anything about, but you can see as an opportunity, it's quite lucrative, you're not gonna go in there?
I would possibly.
Or you're saying you will do your research?
For me, I would do my research.
Okay.
I'll do my research. I'll say it's different, from like something like a business opportunity in terms of like, let's say like crypto or something like that. It's different from this because it's like, this is a tangible thing and this is something that's got history.
Okay, I see what you mean.
There's a culture that comes with it as well.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
So it's different for like that. But would I come now and I'm trying to think of an example of something that's like, that I'm very just far away from, that I can't even think of an example. But if it was something that I know that I genuinely don't have a passion for, and it's just a good thing. Yeah, but even that even still comes on the streetwear issue as well.
Yeah.
But would I just solely now come and just be like, let me take from this industry and just make money from it and mess it up? I wouldn't do that.
Mess it up?
Yeah, man, because they have messed it up. A lot of these kids, they've messed it up, man. They've actually messed it up. And it's just very funny, like.
So do you think it's the fact that they don't know, or the pricing as well, or do you think it's both?
The thing is, my problem with them, number one, is the ignorance. They're very ignorant. The pricing is mad as well.
Yeah.
And then, like, again, first and foremost, I'm a collector as well. I'm a collector. So when I cannot get access to a shoe because some people are actually just going overboard, they've just bought it. It's like again, for me, I'm not a fan of bots, but sometimes people, you have to do what you have to do. If you can't beat them, sometimes you have to join them because you have no other chance. But again, for me, some people have made it unfair. Like, there still has to remain a level of fairness kind of thing. But that's gone out of the window. I blame the stores as well. I blame the stores.
It's true now.
I blame the stores because
they have part to blame.
They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. They purposely, like, even with all these raffles and stuff like that, it's all promotion for their own brand and stuff like that. We're never going to get into that because I don't want to even say sometimes with some of these stores. Wow, you guys keep being the bad boys that you are.
That's the resale market. So I say I'm on the side of the consumer. Hey, Nike, if y'all want people to buy, y'all make it where they can buy it from y'all. Stop these stupid ass raffles where nobody wins. Y'all have the capability to make a ton of these, but y'all want to keep supply very low.
Because
Let me offer some resistance here
though.
with you niggas.
I know it's good
No,
business.
for Nike, it's
But even with the thing, yeah, people always say, "Oh yeah, just increase supply or decrease the supply, yeah, to meet the demand."
Yeah.
But again, that's not going to solve the problem.
That won't.
That's not going to solve the problem because again, you don't want a shoe. There's a lot of avenues to look at. You don't necessarily want something that everybody else is gonna have.
Yeah, you want exclusive. That's what
You
I go.
want- you
I
still
go
want
for
a bit of
exclusivity.
That's the thing.
the
You want
key.
exclusivity. I don't want to go.
That's
outside.
what makes it what it is as well.
That's what I'm saying. That's part of the thing. Like it's not just jumping it because of hype, but at the same time, you want to kind of feel like okay, I'm special. I've got this thing and I'm special and I'm happy I have it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna see 1,000 people today that are wearing the same thing as me. I'm unique. That's what I want to know.
In life you want.
That's the thing.
Like, yeah.
But in some cases, I can understand why they increase supply. Like Jordan 11s back in the day when they used to keep it tight, and you'd be hearing people getting shot or all stuff like that. That was mad.
Yeah,
but
that was
now
a good
they make
time
1 million pairs each year. They make 1 million pairs of them. So yeah, man, they've killed 2 birds with 1 stone.
It's great business.
Thank you.
But what I'm saying is you can't now complain about what you created the resale market.
So I don't think they created it. They did. Nike did not. I think I think they were ignorant to just how fruitful the resale market was. And that's kind of what I'm about to say, right? Like there's too many companies now and men that we have watched go from 0 to billion right before our eyes with this very model. So something that they're seeing with this model is working for the company.
true.
Yeah.
It's not very consumer friendly.
It's not. It's not designed to be consumer friendly. I
But
said I'm on the side of the
designed
consumer.
for that. I knew that when they started putting stupid ass raffle things in the sneaker store. I'm like, all right, y'all don't want me to come in, then.
But it keeps the buzz. It keeps the buzz. When
And not only that,
Yeah.
that was there. Yo, niggas was getting killed. Niggas
in
was
DC,
fighting.
in DC, they was killing people.
And
yeah,
now
so
with
that was to keep that low. That was their way of trying to. And
was the reason for the
you got to
raffle.
fight with the bots.
And you got high fashion now that has come and merged in with urban casual brands and people. Like, there's a lot to combat against. So if I'm a company, I maybe want to keep kind of tight with some exclusivity. And especially if I'm seeing something on the back end that's supporting that. I would be mad at what the resale market is doing. Let's see. Nike said that StockX is diluting its trademarks while using them to heavily market NFTs, drawing consumers who know the brand and then benefit financially.
Can't be mad at StockX for doing what y'all doing.
Yeah, but I don't want you to do it.
You can't control that.
I can try to. It's mine.
No, it's not yours. Once you sell it, it's not yours. So once I bought it, once I bought it for $100, I can jump on a platform that allows me to sell it for $300.
To get to your point, you totally skipping mine. I'm talking about long before it gets to the customer that purchased it that wants to do the flip.
I'm not knocking Nike.
Before it gets there, as Nike, I'm trying to control this. I have the deals with the warehouses. I have the deals with the stores. I already put Foot Action or whoever out of business. Don't misquote me, but they put a lot of you sneaker stores out of business.
It was Foot Action,
They pulled their accounts, stopped servicing y'all. Clearly, they've switched up how they were doing things in the recent years. And that's just from me being an onlooker. Like, I'm not really a sneaker head guy. But then what was the point I was making?
I'm agreeing with everything you're saying. What I'm saying
agreeing
is
too.
this. But what I'm saying is this. Cool. Nike has the pulse of
Y'all
the
saying
market.
there's nothing you could do, and I'm saying if you're dumb, you're going to try, right?
As a consumer, I think that they should try because, like, even with concert tickets, they're doing the same kind of similar thing. Resellers.
You kind of did what?
You got to take the good with the bad. So as we say, the gig is the gig. So Nike is putting a stop limit on how many pieces they are creating of something, thereby thereby increasing the demand because everybody can't get them. So when everybody can't get them, same thing in the real estate market.
Also, sorry, just to pause it as well. That's another thing I remembered on the supply. Like everyone likes to think as well that they limit the supply solely based to like kind of trigger demand and hype and stuff like that. But it's not only that as well. also you have to think that they're producing this thing as well. So they also need to make sure their business ultimately. So they want to keep costs down and make sure that the amount of players that they're getting are going to actually sell.
Yeah.
And then you have to even also now, if you're going to look at the green or sustainable aspect of thing, they're also, these are all materials. A lot of these things you can't even recycle or take years to break down. So again, there's also a limit to how much you can produce of these things as well. So it's not just solely based on to trigger demand and stuff like that. Yeah, that's a big factor. But again, it's also, you have to look on them trying to keep the costs down and all of this kind of stuff as well.
That's true. That's a good point. Very good point.
Yeah, that's a
Shit
lot.
gonna sell at a premium because nobody could get them. So if I got a pair and I paid $100, $220 box price, if somebody that really want them want to give me $500, I'm gonna sell them. Now there's a market for that.
There's that value worth shit again.
And that's where Amazon and all these companies, they basically bought buyer to seller and made a marriage, and they take a piece out the middle. So that's what StockX is doing. Yo, somebody got sneakers over here. I'm gonna sell them at a premium, and I'm gonna take a piece out the middle. It's the same. He didn't do the limited supply, there would be no reason for a StockX.
And that was my point. And the way StockX market themselves is saying you can guarantee that it's authentic through us.
I understand what y'all was saying.
Oh. I'm on the side of both.
I'm on the side of the consumer.
I'm positive that Nike would like to do what I think Mercedes did. Like,
explain.
Mercedes saw what was going on and what y'all was doing out there with them G-Wagons and what y'all was paying in that market. I think they learned about that in real time and quickly put a caboot on it with what they were producing and how I think it's Mercedes that is at the top of everybody having to go and put extra money to go get a Mercedes.
You think that?
1,000%.
I don't think that. I think this is my No. That's your opinion. I think that the supply.
Mercedes ain't gonna keep watching you niggas run out there and pay $200,000 for some make. So now we just gonna make less of them and we up in the price.
But it don't help you long term in the financial standpoint.
If I'm putting an extra 60 and 80 grand on these factory cars, how is it not helping me?
Because you selling a million less cars. Hold up. If I could sell 1 million cars at 150 grand, it's not going to benefit me if I could sell 200,000 at 200 grand. They thinking in a macro sense.
I don't know that because you have to go produce 1 million cars to sell them.
Sure.
If I only have to produce 200 cars and I could charge 20x on each car, why wouldn't I do that? Why wouldn't I do that?
But even with that being said, Mercedes ain't really marking up the bump on all of them cars. A lot of them is third party too. My man and them bought Mercedes brand new G-Wagons and they paid sticker. They ordered them a year ago, but they paid sticker.
Oh, then I'm not talking about those people.
I know. I'm saying.
I'm not talking about anybody that ordered their car because you'll pay the regular price and you're going to sit on the waiting list.
It's the material. The raw material coming from all over the countries, all over the world, is in scarce supply, i.e. the chips. And that's why they put the stop on that. They didn't make no 2022s. If you ain't ordered a 2022 last year, you didn't get one.
But that's my point, Ish. And with the chip shortage, no, y'all not going to produce 1 million cars.
No, you can't. That's what I'm saying. The actual.
And I'm saying that I'm sure Nike would like to be in that same spot to whereas it's too many niggas out here that can just make the sneaker. They could just fake this sneaker. Mad people can make a sneaker
a fake one
way faster than you could fake a G-Wagon.
Yeah,
of course.
So they're gonna have a harder time putting a kapush on it.
I think they just limit them on purpose to create the buzz.
Yeah, they want the buzz.
And so the next one dropping, I'm gonna be first. I'm gonna get that one. I remember it was a Jordan coming out damn near every other week for a while, and the line was blocked. It would be Jordan 1s in this color, then Jordan 3s in this color, then Jordan 5s in this color, and the line was down the street.
The line is just online now. It's still dropping like that. Now they just got them with these raffles, with the sneakers. You see people posting they L's. Oh, you didn't get them. Or oh, I got them. Every weekend, every time a new Nike, Jordan or something.
Your cousin. Every time he missed one, he cursed Nike out on Instagram.
But that's advertisement for Nike.
I agree.
That's people wanting to say, yo, let me try to get a pair.
I'm gonna get the next one.
I'm gonna get the next one. Sure. So yeah, they are.
You know they're serious about it. They sued Lil Nas. Hey, get that little devil Jordan out of here, boy.
Oh, yeah.
What you think you're doing? You're not dropping. Is that a bundle package?
Yo.
Yeah, no, they mean business.
All that for the consumer, the reseller market.
And that,
But I'm on the side of both of them.
I don't even think the resale market is terrible for the consumer because I can't get it nowhere else. If I want it that bad and I have the money to get it, even if I'm paying a markup, I got what I wanted.
And honestly speaking, on the psychology side, would I really even want it if it wasn't this rare? Niggas be trying to wag they like I got some somebody else to get.
It's another thing as well. If all you want, is the hyped releases, then get out. You don't really you don't want like how can that be all you want? How can that be the only thing you like? Just the stuff that is hyped that you know is going to sell out. You know you're not gonna have a chance to it. So why is it? How can that be the only thing? You say that you like crep or whatever. It could be anything, but you only want the one that is hype. You don't really have passion for it.
But that's how some people think though. They in life they desire just the things that are unattainable. Then you need to not because they really like it. It's because just people can't attain it.
To obtain it, you need to pay the price. Pay the price and don't complain. Don't complain. Like me, for every kind of hype shoe that I want as well, I've also got there's shoes that I want, regardless of whether it's got hype or not. I look at this thing and I like it. That's how it started off for me. I didn't even know that the limited whatever back in the day. What I knew is that wow, I like the way this shoe looks, and that's what kind of created the buzz for me. But
I was just
you get what I'm saying?
That's fine.
I was just gonna say like. For me, I still think the worst people are actually the consumers that buy, like you said, but don't like it. Yeah. That's what I think personally. I'm worse than like we were saying the culture. But I think those are the worst people.
And you know what we call them? Hype beast culture. Hype beast culture. You only want it because there's hype, because you know that other people desire it. You don't want it for yourself, bruv. That's a problem, man.
Dude. We saying this, but I ran around about 9 stores looking for some Air Force Ones the other day, and that was a headache. That was a hassle.
So I'm on the phone with Joe. He like, yo, I'm trying to get on some Air Force Ones. I said,
girl,
give me a 9. He's like, all right, dog. I went to.
You see, that's
white girl.
What?
White girls.
Like not being able to go into a shop and just pick up a white Air Force One. That's a problem. This is what I mean by like these are. You're going overboard. You're doing too much now. Like there's no, and that all comes from ignorance. They don't know. They don't have appreciation for the culture. How can you guys be reselling Air Force Ones? White Air Force Ones that's meant to be in store all the time. White Air Force Ones that should be there in store. You guys are going to pick up 100 pairs. So that's not fair.
For example, as I keep saying, the Jordan 11 Gammas, for me personally, talking about content trainers, I need to get that one day.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's 500, 600 pounds. But I'm happy that, you know, when I'm ready to, whenever that will be, at least I'll be able to get it.
You'll be able to get it.
You know,
that's the thing. Least. That's what I'm saying. Like it is, I don't even call it an evil, but it is, and this necessary as well was there. Like it goes hand in hand because again, the shoes that I've dropped back in the day, that if it wasn't for all of these kind of reselling platforms or whatever, I wouldn't have access to them. I wouldn't be able to go and get them.
Then you need the culture vultures sometimes then. Because
no, I don't need the culture vultures, I need resellers. Forget the culture vultures.
But some of them behind
the culture vultures. Culture vultures.
Some of them are reselling, no?
No, they're reselling, but I don't need them. The culture vultures. Let me tell you why I don't need the culture. Let me tell you why I don't need the culture vultures.
Can you have both of us?
Shall I tell you why I don't need the culture vultures? Because the culture vultures just jumped on this thing from 2019. So you don't have anything that I want. You actually don't have anything that I want. The people that have the stuff that I want, I need to go and find them. They're back. They've been doing this thing. Those are the people that are gonna have what I want. The people that are just now jumping on this thing now, all they're gonna have, I've got access. I can access everything that you want, that you have already now. I could have probably picked it up with my connections anyway, kind of thing, with my network. So I don't even need these culture vultures because again, culture vultures just jump on the thing when they see there's an opportunity. Just saying,
more by me, and they had them, but
culture vultures, they don't need you. Resellers or even old collectors, man, talk to me, but culture vultures, get out, man. Go and find yourself girls.
A couple days later, but it was a minute to get, and that's the thing. They used to do these with Air Force Ones a couple summers ago, maybe 8-9 years ago.
This is real bad out here now.
What's
So
crazy?
then I get to the store to get the Air Force Ones. Of course, they got a 9 because what adult wears a size 9? So they have Ish's 9. And
Ridiculous, yo. You should be ashamed of yourself.
no, can we take a minute to think about that? Like, honestly,
you're a grown ass man.
As an adult,
What's your point?
You should at least just get a 10. Just you know what I mean?
yeah, you should just wear extra socks, nigga. Word. This is crazy.
First off,
who wears a 9?
Air Force Ones run big. I wear 9.5, 10 in most sneakers. Fam,
Have one. Y'all heard me have one.
This is crazy, yo.
Yo, this is nuts.
Yo, you need a bigger
I never knew
foot,
this
man.
about
No, I
you.
don't.
You do, yo.
I never knew that about
That
you. I
what?
ain't gonna hold you.
Why would you-
non-sneaker?
Why would you know I what type of sneaker?
Yeah, just don't try.
Hey yo.
He gives that false impression because he runs around talking about he's 6'3", but we don't think you wear a size 9 as a nigga that's 6'3". Yo, I'm 6'3" and wear a 9. is
Tip
what you
right
say.
over.
You can't even support yourself, dummy. Stand up straight, man. What was we getting to? I was getting to something.
Stupid, yo. Oh man.
Oh, so when I finally get to the store,
Yeah.
they don't have the 11, but the 11 that they do have is a Supreme Air Force One.
Markup.
Bang them.
Markup. Know the difference on this one?
Little red.
Little Supreme right there on the hill.
In the tiniest little square.
Yeah.
It was the tiniest little square Supreme. I've never purchased Supreme anything on my feet,
Yeah.
but I bought them.
Got to. I mean,
And now I look like some type of
Hype
Cloud
beast.
chaser.
Like a hype
Hype
beast.
beast.
When
yeah.
the truth of it is,
They have regular Nike Air Force Ones.
I fell victim to the trap that they designed.
They stock extra.
That's some
When did that?
That says stock extra. Oh my gosh. But yeah, now that one was interesting still, man.
Yeah, that is very, very interesting. Wow.
But still, bun StockX. eBay, let's talk, man. Let's talk business. Let's do this.
It's true, yeah. Was it StockX where someone, I don't forget, in college, they ordered Balenciagas. They opened up in college, and I don't know if it was in college, but they opened up. I think, yeah, they brought to college, they opened up. Just some plain white crap.
Serious?
Yeah, man. I was thinking,
Wow.
bruh,
Oh, wow.
it's mad.
Well, listen, I hope they got their money back because,
Yeah,
wow.
Honestly. Go is my app.
I've got problems with Go as well, so I'm over
Really?
to say that I've had problems
Okay.
with Go. I've had problems
Go.
with Go. In fact, that reminds me, they'll be hearing from me.
Oh.
They open on Black Holiday. We need to talk.
Oh, my days.
eBay, let's talk.
Yeah. And if it's a reasonable price as well, I find it favorable. Like during the PS5 Xbox release, whatever, PS5 was too hot. So first I got the Xbox. Even though I wasn't on the side of these bots and whatever, I managed to get one for just £50 extra. So
There you go.
you know,
There you
I
go.
just get over and done with. You know?
Exactly, there you go. Because again, like sometimes you don't have access to it.
Yeah.
And you don't have time, like, because it's sometimes convenience as well. Like, there's a lot of reasons why, you need these kind of marketplaces as well. Like,
Indeed.
I don't think that we should just change it just because it's trainers or whatever. Like, there's a lot of other industries where it's just acceptable is what it is. But, yeah, man.
Cool. Anyway, guys, thank you. I think this is the longest Unscripted Xtra video
Woo!
we've done.
Yeah, this one was long, man. This one might even not be a Unscripted Xtra. This might be an
This
episode, man.
Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it.
This might be an actual episode.